Stoicism is not some dusty ancient philosophy locked away in old books. It's a powerful, practical way of thinking that can change how you deal with stress, how you make decisions, and how you live every single day. And in this video, we're going deep into 10 Stoic rules that, if you truly understand and apply them, will change your life forever. Rule 1. Focus only on what you can control. The Stoics believe that the root of most human suffering comes from trying to control things that are not truly ours to control. Things like other people's actions, opinions, the weather, traffic, or the economy. And the more energy you pour into fighting these external factors, the more powerless you feel. Epictetus famously said, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." And the key is to recognize that your thoughts, choices, actions, and how you respond to life are yours to command, while everything else exists outside that circle of control. In real life, this means if someone insults you, you can't control their words, but you can control whether you react with anger, indifference, or calm humor. If you're stuck in traffic, you can't magically make the road clear, but you can choose to listen to an audiobook, reflect quietly, or simply breathe. Once you fully internalize this rule, you stop wasting energy on battles you can't win and focus your effort where it can actually make a difference, which is liberating beyond words. Rule 2. See obstacles as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes a way." And what he meant is that every obstacle isn't just a block. It's an opening to grow, adapt, and strengthen yourself. When a project at work fails, the lesson you learn from fixing it becomes your edge in the future. When you're injured and can't train physically, you might develop mental discipline or knowledge you otherwise would have ignored. Life will always throw problems at you, but if you shift your perspective from why me to what is this teaching me, then challenges turn into stepping stones. The Stoics didn't pretend hardship was fun. They simply understood that it was unavoidable. So instead of resisting it, they embraced it as a forge of the soul. Rule 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. This might sound strange in a world where we're told to make life as comfortable as possible, but the Stoics, like Seneca, believe that comfort breeds softness and occasional discomfort builds resilience. They would sometimes fast, walk in the cold, wear simple clothes, or sleep on the floor, not out of self-punishment, but to prepare the mind for when comfort is taken away unexpectedly. If you've ever gone camping without modern conveniences, you know how much you appreciate a hot shower afterward. This principle works the same way, except it also makes you mentally tough. The next time you take a cold shower, skip a meal, or walk somewhere instead of driving, you're telling your mind, I can endure discomfort. I am not a slave to pleasure. And that confidence spills over into every part of your life. Rule 4. Memento mori. Remember you will die. This isn't morbid. It's empowering. When you remember that your time on earth is finite, you stop living on autopilot and start making intentional choices. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that he could leave life at any moment, not to be depressed, but to keep his values straight. Suddenly, petty arguments, endless scrolling, and chasing shallow approval seem like a waste, and spending time with loved ones, working on something meaningful, and experiencing the present moment feel urgent. If you knew you had only 1 year left, what would you stop doing? What would you start doing? That's the gift of memento mori. It cuts away the unnecessary. Rule 5. Control your emotions. Don't suppress them. Many misunderstand Stoicism as emotionless, but the Stoics didn't avoid emotions, they understood them. Emotions are the product of our judgments. If you think something is bad, you feel fear or anger. If you think it's good, you feel joy. So by changing your judgments, you can change how you feel. If someone cuts you off in traffic and you think, they disrespected me, you feel rage. If you think they might be rushing to hospital, you feel compassion. Controlling your emotions is not bottling them up until you explode. It's training your perspective so that harmful emotions have less room to grow. Rule 6. Live according to nature. In Stoic terms, nature doesn't just mean forests and rivers. It means living in harmony with your higher human nature, which is to be rational, virtuous, and social. It's about fulfilling your role as a member of the human community, acting with justice, courage, wisdom, and self-discipline. When you live only for pleasure or selfish gain, you violate that nature and life feels hollow. But when you act in a way that benefits both yourself and others, you align with the deeper purpose the Stoics spoke about. Think of it like a bird. It's in a bird's nature to fly, so when it refuses to, it suffers. When humans live without exercising reason and virtue, we suffer too. Rule 7. Value character over wealth or status. Seneca said, "It is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more who is poor." And in our modern world, this is more relevant than ever. We're constantly told that happiness comes from a bigger house, a better car, or more followers. But the Stoics understood that these are externals. They can be taken away, and they don't define you. What truly matters is your character. Whether you keep promises, treat people fairly, and have the courage to stand by your values even when it costs you something. A person of strong character can walk away from riches and still feel complete, but a person without character will never be satisfied no matter how much they have. Rule 8. Amor fati, love your fate. This is next-level Stoicism, the art not just accepting everything that happens but loving it because it's yours. If you lose a job, amor fati means not wishing away, but embracing it as part of your path, perhaps the very thing that will push you toward a better career. If it rains on your wedding day, you smile and dance in the rain, because that's what the day became. This mindset turns life into an adventure where nothing is truly bad, only unexpected, and everything can be used for growth. Rule 9. Silence is strength. In a noisy world where everyone is eager to voice their opinions instantly, the Stoics remind us that restraint is a superpower. Words, once spoken, can't be taken back, and often, silence speaks louder than argument. When you listen more than you talk, you learn more, you avoid unnecessary conflicts, and you gain respect as someone thoughtful. Epictetus said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use them in proportion. Rule 10. Daily reflection. Marcus Aurelius kept a private journal where he reviewed his day, his thoughts, and his mistakes. And this practice is one of the simplest yet most powerful Stoic habits. At the end of the day, ask yourself, what did I do? Well, where did I fail? How can I improve tomorrow? This builds self-awareness and ensures that you're always evolving instead of repeating the same mistakes. Combined, these 10 Stoic rules, focusing only on what you can control, seeing obstacles as opportunities, practicing voluntary discomfort, remembering you will die, controlling your emotions, living according to nature, valuing character over status, loving your fate, practicing silence, and daily reflection, create a philosophy that is not abstract but deeply practical, a philosophy you can live by every single day. When you start applying them, you'll notice something profound. External chaos doesn't shake you as much. You recover faster from setbacks. You stop wasting energy on trivial things. And you start living with more purpose, gratitude, and peace. Because the truth is, the world will never be fully in your control, but your mind always can be, and that's where your true power lies.